What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I finally have the majority of my voice back, and I'm back. I'm not going to push it too hard or hold y'all too long. We do have a Photoshop class tonight for our VIP and our Platinum VIP members. So I wanted to get you all excited about family reunions. And my gripe has always been with family reunions, just seeing the same old tired designs over and over and over again. So, if I were designing a family reunion t shirt, banner, backdrop, all of those things, which I hope you're showing them more than just that. I hope you have the Automizer and I hope that you're showing them this design on several different products. I'll probably go over that on Friday with you all for Freebie Friday. But I just want to give you all fresh take on family reunion. Let me know if this kind of design is something that you all like to see. I really want to know what floats your boat or finds your lost remote. I want to make sure that we have the trending designs, that we have innovative designs, but then we also have things that are helping you sell and helping you be engaged with your audience. So if you're not doing family reunions, this is going to be something that might get you thinking about doing that for this summer season because it goes all the way into fall. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this design going. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to show you how quick you can change out the photo, the text, and the colors. If you do nothing else but those things, this is a 5-minute template flip. However, I will also show you how you may want to do something like add a cityscape or something like that to the design as a little bit of an extra bonus. All right, so let's go ahead and first thing we'll do is change out the photo here. So I'm going to right click on the photo and you'll notice that typically on my templates on the right hand side in the layers, you'll see all the things that you can pretty much change out. But just in case you don't see it, the easiest thing to do is just to right click and find the image that you want or the text that you want to change. Just this way we are changing photo 1. I'm going to pull it out a little bit here so you can see the title. All right, now photo 1, all we have to do is double click on it and change out the photo. Now what you're going to do, I'll give you a photo if you have a photo. For instance, if you come to class and you know that you have a family reunion to do, this is going to be perfect for you. So I'm going to give you this photo right here. It's an AI generated photo, so you don't have to worry about displaying somebody grandma on your website and them telling you to take it down. This is all AI artwork generated. And for those of you who are in my AI class on Monday, I will be showing you how to generate these type of images and we're going to have some fun with that. But for tonight, I'm giving you some files to play with. If you already have a project in mind for my OG, triple OGs that come to class, make sure you come with a project that you can sell, ready to go. All right, so I'm going to turn off the eyeball of the previous image. Go ahead and close that out. When it asks to save, I'm going to hit yes. All right, and I'll notice here that you may have to move your image around. If you try to put them dead in the center there, it works for this tree, but I want to show you all, I'm going to show you all how to change out the tree. So I'm going to give you a tree to pull in here. So this one works for this, but you'll notice that the face looks like it's just got too much of the detail of the tree in there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Well, I have this layer on here. It's called the highlight or the spotlight. And all I want you to do is move that spotlight. You can make it bigger, smaller. And all it is just a little bit of white that's transparent behind that image. So as you're using these effects, so this top image has the hard light blend mode. And the second one has the normal blend mode, but it's only at 5% opacity. You can play with that opacity too if you want them to be a lot more opaque. I'm going to show you what happens when we bring up the opacity just by itself. Okay, so you have that option. And this before was on 5%. I wanted it to look like for my presentation that it was part of the tree. So that's why I did it like that. Now you also have the option to change the opacity of the spotlight here. This white here is only at 53% opacity. If I crank it up to 100%, it gives the full image. And the more you bring it down, the less opaque that image is. Again, I think I had that on 53 before, but you all can change that, just whatever looks right to you. Now you also have the option to move it over to the side. I'm going to keep it in the center for right now just because it looks balanced there. You need to resize it as long as you have the option. If you go to your wheel here, or it might be extended on your toolbar where it says show transform controls, that's going to allow you to see the bounding box and you can resize it. Now there's also a layer mask that's on here. So I'm going to delete the current layer mask just to show you what I'm talking about. And you know I don't deal with these boxes on here. But it's also not necessary to always cut out the background. And if you're dealing with a lot of old school pictures, for family reunions, they're probably going to be giving you those old photos. Then sometimes it's not really going to look its best to cut out the background. So what I want to teach you here is a simple trick to add a layer mask. Grab your paintbrush tool here, and we're going to make sure that we just have a soft brown brush selected from your general brushes here. And the brush size here, let me pull it down. Should be about 800. I'll tell you what, we'll go down to 600 for this one because it's a little bit smaller than my normal photo area. As long as you have the default color selected here, bring the black to the foreground, then when I paint on the layer mask, not the photo, but the layer mask, then black is going to conceal. So wherever I'm painting black, it's fading off. Excuse me, y'all. I'm not 100%, but I'm back, y'all. All right, so I'm just fading this off here. And then that way, I don't have to worry about being so specific with the background. Like I said, if you're doing family reunion, 9 times out of 10, they're giving you some not so optimal photos. So you just work with what you can. Now, the other reason why I'm teaching you this is because you may want to go back in and create a collage here in the tree, right? So let's say you have grandma and grandpa up there, or maybe you want to put an image of the kids in there, then you can use this little fade off effect to collage the images together with little, very, very little effort, okay? I'll give you an idea of that. Let's say that that's second generation and this is first generation. So I'm just going to drag and drop it in here. Now, if I wanted to clip down to the tree, I'm going to right click and create a clipping mask. Y'all aren't doing this in class, but I'm just showing you this because more than likely, if you're doing anything family reunion, you're probably going to have to do some photo work. And one of the biggest, I will say, time-consuming tasks that you may have to do is collages. And I'm going to show you my best secret weapon to handling these collages. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put a layer mask around that. And I'm going to move this couple to the right because maybe this is a new couple. And then also whenever you create a layer mask, go ahead and also Alt click and drag that layer mask into that second image there. That way you have the same layer mask on both. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the layer mask right here. So it's going to make everything white and visible. Later, I'll go and create the spotlight where I want it, because right now I just want to see where I'm going. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go onto the layer mask for our first generation image. Grab the paintbrush tool, same thing here. I'm not worried about, looks like they have like a little backdrop back there, a chair. All I'm doing is just fading off the edges here. And what happens is now I'm able to pull these two images together. And they just have a nice soft overlap. And I did not have to cut everything out, because you may end up with hopefully not 100 different images, but if you did, it would be much easier to just fade those off. All right, so that's the collage effect there. And I'm going to go ahead and delete that, turn that off because y'all don't need that. I was just showing you a little something extra. I guess I miss y'all so much, I'm doing extra work. Now, what happens here for the spotlight is you can create a layer mask. What I want to do when I create my spotlight, I like to start with black because I want a spotlight. So right now it's white. What you're going to do is do Control I while you have the layer mask selected, and now it's all black because remember, black conceals, white reveals. So we are concealing this this little spotlight here. If I go and grab my brush now, I can literally paint, and I have to choose white in the foreground now because my layer mask is black. So I'm going to paint where I want the face to come through. Okay. And what that's doing is it's just building up a little bit of a spotlight so that it makes it so much easier to see the image while you have the collage there. All right, so now I'm going to take my image. I'm actually going to leave it here, and I am going to, you are going to do this. Well, I guess you are collaging technically because I'm giving you this image here. It's just a cityscape from, this is all AI, so you're welcome to use this to promote your designs. So we're going to drag and drop onto the artboard here. Same idea here. Now we can go ahead and create a layer mask. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and just start fading off the edges here so you can see what I'm talking about. I have to have black because when it adds a layer mask, it's automatically going to be white. So I'm just going around the perimeter here and just taking some of that off. This is like the easiest way. I mean, even that looks good. Like even if you didn't have the tree, that looks pretty cool. All right, so we're going to crop it down into that tree. And this is giving us what they call a double exposure effect because the city is actually going through their face as well. I'm going to reduce the size because I don't want the city to be the main thing here. I want to see the faces. But if you wanted the city to be the main thing, maybe they don't want a photo shirt. They want the cityscape. I'm just giving you all ideas because I have been through this so many times that I want you all to know that family reunions can be different. They can stand out, but they don't have to be difficult. Okay, because a lot of times you're going to be racking your brain just trying to figure out, well, how do I make this different, or how do I make this something that is going to, you know, stand out from all the competition and everybody doing those black and white silhouette trees. The other thing is you have to be very compelling with design in order to get people to not want those little cheap, you know, $6 or $7 screen print shirts. Now, I do recommend that you do those because that will be your biggest seller for family reunions. But for people who are looking for something different, something more long lasting, of course, this is not fade, it lasts a lifetime. Anytime we do these type of family reunion shirts, they brag about them. They wear them year after year after year, even while everybody else is wearing their little screen printed little, you know, shirts, little one print with the silhouette tree. Every time we do a sublimation shirt for a family, they wear it year after year at the, even if that is not the shirt of that particular family reunion season. I'm just saying. So if you want something that people are going to hold on forever and brag on you about, then do some sublimation family reunion examples at least. Now, what this is also going to be is a backdrop. I don't know if you all are marketing backdrops, but family reunions, the number one thing people love to do with family reunions, besides be around family, is to take pictures, okay? So if you're going to create a photo opportunity for them, make it stand out, make it grand, make it look like something that nobody else is doing right now. And that's precisely what we're doing here. Okay, so let's say if I didn't want this particular design to have the color in it, I could choose a different blend mode. I could choose like luminosity, kind of makes it like that gray tone. That's what I choose to stick with. It just makes it simpler just to, you know, create it and go. But y'all look at this. This is pretty much like a totally different design from anything that they're going to see, and they're going to love this kind of stuff. All right, so I want to go ahead and go to the simple things because I kind of showed you the hard stuff first. And what we're going to do is we changed the photo. We even added a cityscape there. Let's go ahead and change out the colors because most of the time they're going to tell you, oh, the colors are navy blue and gold, or let's do navy blue and baby blue. Let's do that, okay? I'm just arbitrarily making up some colors because they're going to have something different for you. And it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but not much. So we're just going to double click on color number 1. Now, if they told you exactly what colors or they gave you a reference for colors, that's amazing. If they did not, this is what I want you to do. Just duplicate one of the colors that's already there. Go to your swatches. Most of us don't even know that we have these swatches here. So if they say navy blue, I'm going to close these up because when you see them, they're going to be closed up. I want you to think navy blue is going to be either dark or darker. Okay. So you can go to the dark or darker folder and go ahead and pick one of those blues there. That looks navy blue to me. So if they tell you a color, I just want you to be aware that you can kind of give them an idea. And then if they say, hey, darker or lighter, then that might be at least a place to start with. Always ask for a color inspiration, though, if they have something. All right, and so we have gold flowers right now. And I want to show y'all something that's happening because I don't think I have it turned off. I'm supposed to have it turned off. This is what you need. You all need to have this turned off when you start designing. You want to have your image assets turned off, okay? So then that way it's not going to be slowing down your computer. So I'm testing the limits right now. But I want you to see what's happening here. Do y'all see that I have a special folder that's changing out as I'm changing these images? It is also changing inside of this folder. This is my special folder. So this is called my assets folder, okay? And then as we develop these assets, we're going to do some quick changes and you're going to see this design flip like that, okay? All right, so speaking of which, the reason why those things are changing is because once you change your colors, and let's go ahead, let's make this silver instead of gold. Let's duplicate the layer. And then if I go to my grayscale folder, I have some grays already there. So I'll choose a light silver there. And it should recolor my secondary roses. Okay, now you can't see them right now because it says here, this folder says edit first, leaves, roses, and then you're going to turn this off. Okay, so what we're doing right now is, and I'm also going to turn off this layer so I can just see where my roses are. And let's see, let's just go ahead and put these right up there in the front. So it'll be in your face. You will remember to turn those off. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I want to make sure that my silver and my navy rose are going to be the tint that I want. So the hue is going to be what color it is, but sometimes you have to play with these levels to get what you want. So if you wanted a lighter color, then you would move this little middle arrow, you would move it to the left. And if you want darker, move it to the right. It's as simple as that, y'all. Same thing with the silver rose. So the silver rose is rose number 2. And what happens is as I'm adjusting it, it is updating inside of my folder. All right, so if I want to change the levels here, I don't even have levels activated here. But if I wanted a deeper color, I could achieve that by playing with the levels. All right, but I like the lighter color here. I actually think I want a little bit darker for the navy blue rose there. So I'm going to push it to the right just a little bit. That looks perfect to me. Now, this is all that I needed to do. And as I check my folder now, and for you, you will have to go back to generate and go turn on your image assets. Once you turn that on, you'll see a folder come up. Inside of your 277, it'll say assets. So you'll open the assets folder and you'll see your rose number 1 and your rose number 2 has updated. That's all that's updated for now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close that up and turn that off because that was just for us to prepare everything. Now we will watch the magic work. We're going to come down this column here and go ahead and replace rose number 1 because rose number 1 was purple. But now we're going to change that bad boy out for the navy. So we're looking for rose 1, drag and drop it, delete the layer underneath, close it out, hit yes to save, and boom. Now I'll start to see my blue roses coming. Okay, and this is going to be really easy if you just follow this path here. Next, we're going to change out the gold rose, and I have my rose number 2 to replace. Delete the one underneath, hit yes to save. All right, so now I got my silver and my navy theme. You can't tell me nothing, but I still see some purple and gold. So I'm going to leave my leaves alone because they stayed standard, but I need to change out this, this double image here. Okay, so my double image here is called my roses times 2. Okay. Oh, this is the roses with the leaves times 2. Boom. Grab that. And y'all see, I do a lot of work on the back end to make these files so simple and really impactful. Not just simple, but impactful. Like, you all don't have just a Rudy Poo little design that you flipped out a couple of words. You have a professional looking design that changes in a matter of minutes. And yes, it may take me hours to pull these together for y'all, but I promise you, once you get this mojo going, you can flip these in 5 minutes or less. All right, so let's go to now this garland. So the garland's still purple and gold here. I'm going to go to my garland and I'm going to find my garland here. Okay, it has changed. I didn't even have to do the work, y'all. Telling y'all this is a game changer. All right, so hey, Naomi from New York City. Look, I put your city on the template today. I just knew you were coming today. I'm glad that you caught us live too. All right, so just that simple. We've changed out all the major elements here. Now the next thing we can do is we can go to the background, and I do have just a plain old background here. It has the smart colors on here, and I did add like a little bit of a gradient. So if you wanted both colors, you could add them in the mix, but you may need to play with the levels here to get what you want. And remember, with the levels, I can go to the right and get some deeper colors. And if I want more pastel, lighter colors, I go to the left. Lighters to the left. Deeper and darkers to the right. Okay? So when I get it where I want it, boom, that's it. Now I want y'all to imagine this is not just a t-shirt design. This is a banner. This is a backdrop. This is, maybe they're giving out tote bags at the family reunion. Maybe they're doing tumblers or something nice for some of the elders in the family. Sell them on that. Like, hey, the elders in the family, give them something nice that they can have, and then let everybody else buy it, right? So maybe you want to honor people with gifts that when you reproduce them, it's stuff that everybody else wants also. You think about the slates. The slates are a perfect product to do for family reunions because all you have to do is give one to whoever's getting the bigger order, and then everybody else is going to want one. Okay. So you can even create a landing page on your Shopify store with all of the different products that you suggest for them, right? And then let the family just order off of the website. Let the family member give everyone, look, I'm doing too much. This is supposed to be a template design. This one's supposed to be a whole coaching session. But listen, I'm here, so we here, and I miss y'all. So in this case, go ahead and set up the page and show them all the products that make sense for the family reunion. I'll show y'all some of those on Friday. I'll do a little Automizer package that has some of these products mocked up on that. And then that way you'll get an opportunity to see what that looks like. I might even give that away as my freebie Friday, like give you all the PNGs so that you can just at least advertise. Put it on your Shopify store, put it on your Instagram, at least let people know that you have the possibility of doing this design, and then let the market tell you what the market wants, okay? All right, so if they still want the $8 shirts, I'll show you how to do the $8 shirts. It ain't nothing to it. As a matter of fact, Crafts to Quit, if y'all remind me, I will give you all some, I have some more flat vector-based type of designs for family reunion. I'll give y'all that as a bonus for Freebie Friday, if y'all remind me. I know y'all will. Okay, so like I said, we changed out everything here. I'm going to go ahead and also show you what happens once we change out everything. Take a look at this. Now I have my foreground. I'm going to go ahead and show you what's in this folder. I have my foreground here. Boom, ready to go. I have the background. And this is my old background because I save it with the dash small at the end so I can show y'all how the iterations of designing that background is going. This is just the plain background, and this is the background with the flowers on it. Y'all, do you know how many things you could do with this? All right. And then finally, let me show you how to change the text out because I'm just assuming you know how to change the text because we do it so much. But hey, it might be somebody that's seeing me for the first time today, and I want them to know that this is all doable, especially if you come to our live class because you get it done in class, just to let you know. All right, so for the last name here, I'm going to right click, go to last name. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this layer because it's inside of the folder and only what's in the folder will show. So instead of last name now, I'll put a last name. So I'm going to put Johnson there. And then I'm going to go ahead because that J is a little heavy. I'm going to push it over to the side just a bit. All right, and everything else just works in place. You may have to move your family reunion a little bit, depending on how crazy, because sometimes this first letter is kind of called like a drop case. So it does a little extra. So that's why sometimes I will actually push those over because it becomes a little heavy on that side. But you can also move your family reunion text too. I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want it to mess y'all up because I want it to stay centered. But just like that, let's check our folder. Look, the word Johnson popped up. Our full design is designed with Johnson on there. We got our center print with Johnson on there. Our background's updated. This is ready for the Automizer, y'all. This is ready for us to do our mega mock-up. And even if you were designing in Canva, y'all, this put all of your elements together so you could pop these little things into Canva if you felt more comfortable designing in Canva. I'm just saying. I assume you want to be on the Photoshop side, but sometimes you're doing things in Canva like the programs. I would use the programs. What else? If there's something that has a lot of text, like a slideshow, like if they're going to do a movie or a slideshow, I would absolutely do that in Canva. Now, guess what? Look, I didn't plan on showing y'all this, but if I had to, this is what I do. I just did a whole event where I did the digital agenda. I did the slideshow, all of that stuff in Canva. Y'all see I use Canva. It's just certain things it makes sense for and certain things it does not make sense for. So let me just show you real quick if I was doing, let's say you're doing the slideshow for the family reunion. You could absolutely go into create a presentation. It's automatically going to be the size that you want. And then what I do is I look up something first just to kind of give me an idea. If I know I'm doing kind of a floral thing. Now, let's see here. There we go. That looks pretty cool. It's me and you. And it says I can apply all 12 pages. I probably just needed that one. But you could turn this into like, I'm not even here for a Canva class, but look, I have my purple elements in there. Let me go ahead and throw my blue elements off in there. Here, I can bring my background in. And let's see what else. I'll bring my name in there because I might want the Johnson, the foreground. I'm just going to select all of this stuff. I'm bringing all these little elements up in here. Because, y'all, I'm not playing. I'm not supposed to be. But look, I got a little time because I actually got to doing my demo early today. So this demo is going to be a little long, but y'all will still have everything ready for class early. So I say I'm bringing these things in. And you're tasked with doing the video. And if you're not tasked with it, tell them that you can do the video. You just charge per slide and make sure that you're charging or not per slide, charge per image because they'll give you 100 images and tell you to make a slideshow out of it, and it's gonna be work. Just letting you know. But let's say for instance, I'm not going to just like put this into that box because I don't like the way it does that. So what I do, I just delete that. All it did was just give you an idea where to put stuff. Just drop it on the scene. I like that one over here. Like I'm showing y'all what I actually factually do. Like I'm not making stuff up. I'm not giving you any kind of guesswork here. I'm literally giving you the blueprint. All right, so you got this one you can do up top. And maybe now you don't even need the one down bottom. Simple. All right, you can change out your text, put your images in there, change out the colorways here. So that background there. You can find colors that's in the image. You can see that. Or you can just choose neutral colors. But this one I'll probably do a little bit of a silver there. Did y'all see that? Anyways, we ain't on here to be on Canva this whole time, but I'm just letting you know, okay, that you got the juice, okay? You got the juice. All right, so you can rebuild these little pieces if you want to. You got your full design right here. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so it can fit on this slide here. I just hate that I have to pull it out by the corner. All right, there we go. Anyway, so y'all got a whole nother thing y'all can charge for now. You can charge for them, and don't even charge them to host the website. Just show them that you have the products already on the website, and they will send you customers. It's called a lead magnet. They will send their family over there because they don't want to be collecting all these people orders. They do not want to be collecting their family members' orders because some of them don't have the money. Some of them don't know their size and frustrating people. Some of them, it's just going to be a point of somebody don't like the person that's taking the order, so they're going to go get their shirt somewhere else. But if you just let them hand off a link, listen, you could be their saving grace. All right. So anyhow, I'm gonna close up out of this because that was just a little thing to show you what you can do with some of the things that you do with this Photoshop template. Okay. All right. So I think that is it. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and switch it. No, I think I'm gonna leave it this colorway because I like this. And then you all will be able to also change this text up here. So where it says our roots run deep, but our love runs deeper. You can turn that off. You can change the text there. It's just going around in a little circle. But like I said, this is meant to be really simple for you to go. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to show y'all. Y'all can change out these little splashes here. So let me go to, I do need to change my splash in the, remember when we first changed our rose colors? Because it has a little gold in there. So where it says edit first, I can go to my leaves accents, and technically y'all can go messing with the little leaves and stuff. I suggest you not, just leave it where it is so it goes faster. But if you do want to change the splash colors, that little splatter that's there, one of them is white, one of them is gold. So let's say the gold one I want to make into the dark blue splashes. Now I do have to tell you this, what you have to do at that point is whenever you change something here, and let me make sure it did change. Yes, it did. Did change my gold splashes to blue. Okay, so once you change this, you do have to go back and change everywhere that had the leaves now. So my roses with the X2 leaves now should not have the gold. And technically, I have gold leaves here too. Let me change my gold leaves. Let me show you that you can. If I haven't set it up to change the gold leaves, I will show you that. So let me go to leaves. I haven't. So let me show you how to do that. So my leaves here are gold. I'm going to go ahead and call these my gold leaves because I have gold splatter and gold leaves in here. So now what I want to do is take where I can make any of these three colors, recolor my gold leaves. And I have to create a clipping mask so you all get to see what I do in the background of these files for y'all. And to make sure that it's right on top of the gold leaves folder, then I should be able to create a clipping mask. Create a clipping mask, boom. And then I don't want it to be white. I want it to be navy blue. Now watch this, y'all. I'm going to close this up because I don't like all my folders being all open. So once my leaves accent has changed, Now this is where I do go in and change my leaves. So if I didn't like the gold, I have to change this part. And all I'm doing here is just going to my folder. I'm going to find where my leaves accents are, right here, drag and drop it. You see now it's updated the little gold foil outline leaves and the splash paint there. I'm going to say yes to update those changes. Now, once it changes those, it also, if you notice, it changes down here at the bottom too. So I'm just going to go through the motions of 1 and 2 are exactly the same. 3, I need to change 4 because I did, remember, change out that gold. So now I'm just going to go here and look for the one that says Roses X2 with the leaves. And I just visually look. I don't even look for the title. I just visually look, but do check because some of them may be very similar, but not the same. Okay. So now that has changed out. And what's next? Next, I have to change out my garland. And I'm looking for the one that says Roses Garland. Boom. And just save that. Oh, I lied. You got to delete the layer underneath it, then save it. All right, and while I'm here, I'm going to give you a tip because I make these magical files for you all. But the reason why I want y'all to come to class and to make sure that that you're watching the videos and everything is because sometimes we're giving you feedback on the systems of things, like how to do it and do it efficiently and effectively. Okay, so I have this design here. It looks good. It's ready to go. But what I want to do is I want to capture everything here. Make sure that you go save before you do anything else. So I'm just saving here. And then every last one of these pieces here, aside from when I made those backgrounds smaller, I'm going to copy. Then I can create a new folder. You can do it inside of here. I suggest you have a client folder though. But just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to show you this is my client folder. So this one, I'm going to put the template number. So this is 277. Then I would usually put my client's name, and then I would put their order number. So it might just be 1257. Oh, I'm typing all kind of numbers that I'm not actually saying. All right, so that's the order number. What this allows me to do now is go ahead and paste those things here because now I've just captured them. Because this is a dynamic file. Every time I make a little nudge of a movement, it's going to change those pieces, which is great. That's what we want it to do. But if I show you a whole nother template and flip this again, then all of these things change. And if I did not create a client folder for these elements or for the assets, then I can't use them as elements inside of my Automizer. And that's really what this is for. This is to make it so clean for you to do the Automizer that it's not even funny. Okay. I'm glad that y'all love it. All right. So this is class tonight. If you are not in the VIP or the Craft to Quit program, which is our Platinum VIP, then you can purchase the live class. It's $97 to come to the live Photoshop class. You get this template and you get live help. However, I am going to highly, highly, highly encourage you to join the silver, not the silver membership, because silver membership, you can't come to the live classes, but you get the replay. I will highly encourage you to get the gold membership because for that same $97, it covers the whole month and you get 8 templates. So you get 4 live classes and then you get 4 template in classes, OG classes unlocked every single month. So if you're looking to get better with Photoshop, if you're looking for this to be as easy for you as it is for me right now, because literally you're doing the exact same steps, you may just need a little bit of help just seeing what you need to get done and how to get unstuck, get pulled out the mud. That's what our live Wednesday classes are for. So I would highly encourage you to at least join that membership so that you have the coaching and that you have the templates at your disposal and you really are able to get through this in 5 minutes. Y'all, ask anybody in this chat right now that's OG. They can flip these templates in 5 minutes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save this, upload this for class tonight. If you have any questions, just make sure that you Facebook message us at Innate Academy, or you can also email us at hello@innatelab.com. All right. I love y'all and I appreciate you dearly. Until next time. Bye.